a book which Mr. Trump's lawyers are trying to prevent being published. The book that President Trump doesn't want us to see. Certainly intriguing.
Fake news. Fake news. They shouldn't be allowed to use sources unless they use
Heinz tomato ketchup.
Mr. Trump would like a hamburger to go. I'm the messenger, folks. I'm the messenger. We've got to keep our country safe. You look at what's happening in Germany. Take a look at Paris. You look at what's happening in Brussels. You look at what's happening last night in Sweden. Sweden! Who would believe this? Sweden! As your president, I will do everything in my power to protect our LGBTQ citizens. Believe me. I am not in favor of gay marriage. I live in New York. New York is a place with lots of gays. But I'm not in favor of gay marriage.
Do you believe in punishment for abortion? Yes or no, as a principle?
Nobody's going to do more for women than me. Nobody respects women more than me.
The answer is that there has to be some form of punishment. For the woman? Yeah.
Grab him by the pussy. Grab him by the pussy. Pussy. Grab him by the pussy. Big league. Grab him by the pussy. Women.
The man who's credited by some for helping to bring about this referendum and who UKIP leader, Nigel Farage. Welcome.
What is for certain is I'm reaching the point of thinking that we should have a second referendum. Britain has to be either wholly fully in or wholly fully out. Be out. Be in. Be out. Political hokey cokey. We must stop the boats coming. Be out. You put your referendum in, you take your referendum out. Be in. Be out. Political hokey cokey. We must stop the boats coming and say, be out. And I would also say this to you. Is Britain overcrowded? And black people and open door and Turkey and Article 50 and the Eurozone, and we don't want to have gay marriage here. I'm going to finish and then you can speak, and that's fine. And do you think I'm wrong?
Not yet 30 and supreme commander of all he sees, Kim Jong-un stands on the shoulders of his father and grandfather as the leader of this inclusive nation is one of the world's biggest armies. He is adored here, yet they have never heard him speak until now.
He says he wants you to laugh at him, and if you don't, he will launch a missile. He says, very well, launch missile. Mr. Trump may have a big button on his desk, but I have bigger hands.
앞으로 서로에게 존댓말 많이 써요.
He says the Chinese do not threaten him.
제2야, 서로에게 폭력을 휘두르지 못한다.
He loves the Chinese, especially egg fried rice.
Good evening. Robert Mugabe, the world's oldest head of state, describes herself as a strong, confident, mixed-race woman and a feminist. At the appropriate time and under the right circumstances, there was a special 3-hour peal of bells to mark the day. The Queen and the Duke of Edinburgh have been celebrating the predatory and determined paedophile with a family dinner at Windsor Castle tonight. Queen is the first British sovereign told detectives that she'd killed a man in an argument about cigarette papers that could have been carried out during the Christmas holiday. Now, one of the few women allowed to fly as Kevin Spacey has died. Joy Lofthouse, who was 94, reached a record high on drugs for far longer. That's it from us. In a moment, Newsnight on BBC Two with Emily. Here on BBC One, we're going to leave you with some of today's scenes at standard disabled toilets. As tensions have risen, sanitary products is a problem for thousands of women across the United Kingdom.
My castaway this week is Miriam Margolyes. The term character actress could well have been coined just for her, with more than 40 movie credits to her name.
I talked to some black rappers and I just said to them, now sing to me or speak to me and use good diction. And they did, because that's the problem with rap. You can't understand what they're saying. But once you can understand it, criminal, druggies. I have never taken a drug stronger than aspirin. That's embarrassing. I've got a posh voice and that's it. And that's it. I have never taken a drug stronger than aspirin. That's embarrassing. Allow people to come to you and aspirin. Kill or be killed.
Be prepared for offensive language, aggressive confrontations, and intense scenes of emotional distress, which may upset some viewers.
Anne Widdecombe, welcome to Celebrity Big Brother.
Oh, look at those ghastly tables. Looks like an IKEA showroom. Oh. Marriage is a civil institution. It's an institution set up for the stability of society, which has been with us for centuries. Oh, but gracious me. Normal human interaction is between the two sexes. It's not just confined to one. Marriage is a man and a woman. Oh, I've got the idea that you don't agree with me, but...
Back in May last year, it was a triumphant Arlene Foster who led her team back into government as the leader of the largest party in Stormont, the DUP. Arlene Foster.
We don't have marriage here, as you know, for people of the same sex in Northern Ireland.
Would you, Arlene, be comfortable with a member of your family marrying someone of the same sex?
No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't.
I'm absolutely delighted to be joined by Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, Theresa May.
Well, first of all, there's been a lot of scaremongering about hospital services and the NHS here by the Labour Party. There's no truth. I recognise that it's difficult if somebody is delayed on their admission to hospital or if somebody has an operation postponed, and we will hope to ensure that those operations can be reinstated as soon as possible in 2020. I know it's difficult, I know it's frustrating. I know it's disappointing for people, and I apologise. Strong and stable apologise.
We need proven leadership to negotiate the best deal for leaving the European Union.
Je voudrais parler à monsieur ou madame.
15 puppies? How marvellous, how marvellous, how perfectly. Well, I think you can't possibly afford to keep them. You can scarcely afford to feed yourselves.
Madame.
But not really.
Brexit means to run through the fields of wheat, means strong and stable, 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 strong and stable.